Northwest Suburban Conference will be changing in the fall of 2014. 3 new teams are joining the conference. Activities Director from Osseo, Ray Kirch, is joining us to talk to us about that. And Ray, Tutino Gray, Spring Lake Park, and Irondale come in next year. Talk about the process and how those teams got placed with your 11 current members of the conference.
Well, the State High School League has a process for those schools looking for placement to apply to different conferences and be accepted or rejected. And if they are in fact rejected then and can't find a place, State High School League puts a committee together and essentially places the schools in the conference they think is the best fit. And that was the decision of the league to put Irondale, Spring Lake Park, and Totino. I think it's a great fit. I think it was a great decision. Our conference is excited about it. You never want to get too big. But 14 schools will give us some opportunities to do some things in divisions, and we think all 3 of those schools will be great members of the Northwest Suburban Conference.
A lot of your sports are going to 2 divisions. Some will stay 1 division. What was the process for that in deciding what sports goes, north and west, or which one just stays all 14 teams?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a learning process, and I don't know them all by heart, which ones stay the way, but I organize the golf programs for all of our schools. And our boys want to stay together and want to have 14 teams and figure it out with big tournaments and get everybody there. Our girls coaches, their preference was to try to break it up and do 7 and 7. They do their meets just a little differently than our boys, so we tried to honor that. Football will split, hockey will split. But it kind of was a decision based on what we thought was in the best interest of the particular sport, and the coaches and the ADs kind of all trying to make the decision. And to say that it's going to always be 1 big division or 2 7-team divisions forever and ever isn't necessarily true. So it'll be a work in progress.
What's the biggest challenge for you or for any of the existing schools taking on new schools and new schedules and everything?
Well, sometimes it'll be matching up lower levels. Everybody's got varsity tennis, and everybody's got varsity soccer, and everybody's got varsity football, and so forth. But, you get down in those lower levels, and the bigger schools, we have 5 levels of, boys basketball and 5 levels of volleyball. And do we match up with 5 levels of that against boys basketball against Spring Lake Park? And does Irondale have 5 levels of volleyball? And trying to learn those nuances with the other schools so we can schedule our lower level kids effectively.
One thing that's going to affect not only Osseo here, but all schools in the fall of 2015 is district football scheduling and scheduling by pods or different districts around the state. Talk about that, and how does that affect Osseo and what you're going to be doing going forward in football after this next fall?
Well, we'll have 1 more year of the Northwest Suburban Conference football schedule. And then in the fall of 2015, we will be placed in a district of 14 or 16 schools. There's a committee now that the State High School League has identified that's going to look at all the schools in the state and place them, whether it's 9-man or 6A and everybody in between. Then the 16 schools in our group will have to sit down and devise a schedule to give everyone 8 games, 4 home and 4 away, looking at travel, strength of schedule, rivalries, all those sorts of things.
Ray, thanks for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Ray Kirch, Activities Director here at Osseo High School. We'll take a break and come back and wrap up Sports Jam after this timeout.